Very good evening. A very good evening to everyone present here. I'm Lakshmi Koduru, and I'm here to take up a session on the ideal teacher, daily routines and responsibilities for success. And today's agenda is, next slide. So the next slide, sir. Yeah. We'll be learning the objectives of the topic, and we'll have an icebreaker activity. We will know about the comprehensive daily routine for teachers. We'll also understand what is the classroom management mastery. And then we will understand teachers' self-evaluation framework. So let me give you an introduction of the topic with the next slide. So being a successful teacher isn't just about what we teach. It's about how we plan our day, manage our time, and stay balanced. A good routine helps teachers stay organized, reduce stress, and give their best to students. So, in this session, let's discard how small daily habits and clear responsibilities can lead to big success in the classroom. So, here is a nice quote: success is the sum of small efforts repeated day in and day out, by Robert Collier. So this quote beautifully highlights the power of consistent routines and daily responsibilities in building long-term success, perfect for ideal teacher. So what are the objectives of today's session? So I have few points jotted down here. These are the main objectives which we are going to learn from today's session. So I want one of the participants to please read out the objectives.
May I, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
Learning objectives. Develop a comprehensive daily routine for teachers. Identify strategies for work-life balance. Enhance classroom management and personal effectiveness. Create personalized professional development plan. Reflect on a structured self-evaluation framework.
Correct. So first, we will work towards developing a comprehensive daily routine tailored specially for teachers. So a well-structured day is the foundation of productive and peace of mind, right? We agree. So next is identify strategies for work-life balance. So every teacher, we know that we feel that, we are like overburdened with stuff wherein we are not able to manage things properly. So we will understand what are the strategies that we have to develop in ourselves to ensure that we don't find it difficulty while working on a particular thing. Next, we'll have what is the next point? Enhance classroom management and personal effectiveness. So we will understand how to balance a classroom, like how to manage a classroom perfectly, and then create personalized professional development plan. How to develop professionally? What are the strategies that we have to know to develop in our professional life? Then again, finally, we will be reflecting on a structured self-evaluation framework, which is the most important thing that I would want everyone to understand. So next, we will have an icebreaker activity, and then we will follow up with the other components. So here, teacher toolbox. Name one tool or strategy that has made your teaching life easier. So here we all have an experience, right? We had an experience in the year 2019-20 and 2021, right? That the experience was about COVID, which during that phase, most of the teachers, they were like literally scared. Many of the teachers, I've seen many of the teachers were so scared that they didn't want to take up this challenge, and they have resigned the jobs. And the few who survived, like with a lot of difficulty, they have faced the challenge, they have understood the new technology, and then they have started learning, and they have today become very successful. So I want to understand from each one of you, what is the tool or what is the strategy that you used for making your teaching lively and, which made your teaching very easier? So can you all share one by one? So which basically I want to hear from you all. What is the tool? I mean, digital tool, or what is a teaching strategy that you use, which you feel is very, no, which is making your teaching very easy? Planning in advance. So, digital tools, what kind of digital tools you use, ma'am? Or
PPT, ma'am. PowerPoint presentation.
so one is PowerPoint presentation. Okay.
And
Okay, good.
interesting video. Some interesting videos.
Interesting. Yes, interesting videos. Good. So which platform you chose, ma'am, during online video explanation? Yes, Jyoti, ma'am. Like no, most of the schools, they went with Google Classrooms, right? Most of the schools went with Google Classroom. There was different tools like we all used to make students feel happy. Because they were not so engaged. It was very difficult for us to engage them online, right? 30 students in a class, and then all parents along with those students. Facing the parents, facing the students was really a tough time for the teachers. And many were really successful. They learned so many online tools. So I felt that, you might be having a knowledge, I mean, different online tools and all. So as per my knowledge, what we had used was, Kahoot, like quizzes we had, wherein children were very active in participating. We had Padlet. It was a collaborative online bulletin board. We have even now we are using Canva, right? How many of you are aware of this Canva? We make PPTs. We have different documentations made there. We make worksheets over there. Canva is a beautiful tool. You can browse and check. We use Nearpod for children to engage them actively. It was really interactive lessons with real-time assessments over there. Edpuzzle was one of those. So these were all digital tools. Apart from the digital tools, there were so many teaching strategies that we use right now. I'm not talking about online. Now I'm wanting to know what are the different teaching strategies that you use as a teacher in your respective classrooms to make your teaching easy for students to understand. So can you share some teaching strategies?
Collaborative teaching strategy.
So you have an idea about jigsaw method or think, parent, share method?
Yeah, reciprocal teaching.
So actually, I'm not able to hear people properly. Can you be a little louder, ma'am? Okay, fine, ma'am. So there were different strategies. There are different strategies that we use as teachers, and wherein yeah, okay. Parvati ma'am, can you please rename yourself? Yeah. Thank you. So jigsaw method is one. Think, parent, share is one more strategy. Flip the classroom is a beautiful strategy that we use. Gamification is one. Induction, deduction, and few more are there. Beautiful teaching strategies. I want people to browse and then understand each strategy. Multidisciplinary teaching strategy. Correct, ma'am. There are so many strategies that we all know. I thought that if we all share, others can make a note and they can browse and they can update themselves. So these are something which every teacher should ensure that it will really help us to make our lessons easy, and children will get connected when we apply these strategies in our classrooms. So we'll have next slide. So now we will know, as I said, my topic is ideal routine and responsibilities. So let me start with the key components of an ideal daily routine. So develop a comprehensive daily routine for teachers. So what are you supposed to do as a teacher on a daily basis? So now please come up, helping me to read out this one by one and give your own example, like morning mindfulness. What do you do?
Ma'am, we pray in the morning.
Yeah, or else you can give your own strategies, ma'am. Like how do you manage your day? How do you plan your day, your routine, your day's routine with a positive thought, correct? Okay. So yes, ma'am, we should start our day with a positive thought. So here first, what I have with news, yeah, news will also help us to understand what's happening around. As teachers, we need to have the knowledge of what's happening around, isn't it? So here I have jotted down few points for you all, which will help you to be organized. So the first point is morning mindfulness. That is for 5 to 10 minutes at least you have to do. Like, what do you do in that time? You can pray, you can do yoga for that particular time, or you can practice gratitude, like thanking the universe for what universe has given to you. You should have the deep breathing exercises to be done to calm down yourself. Pranayama is something really very good, Neeta ma'am. So this kind of things that we have to inculcate in ourselves, because we feel that as teachers, we are so busy in our own life. We are literally running the race. I agree. I agree. Teachers always say this, ma'am. From morning to evening, we keep running. And after going home also, we do the school task, right? So first, keep yourself calm. You should be mindful in what you're doing. If you're not mindful, you'll get disturbed. So these kind of practices for 10 minutes, yeah, just a joyful dance. Correct, ma'am. In our school, we do morning, we have music and movement. So along with assembly, I ensure that all the teachers, along with the children, along even with the ayahs, I am so strict. I say that, please help yourself. If you're not interested in getting into exercises or, the joyful dance, it is a minus point for them. So some people, they feel, I'm not comfortable dancing in front of people, all those things. But you should not feel. You should be very, open up and then accept whatever good comes into your plate. So this morning, when you dance with joy, it gives a lot of energy, right? And if every schools make it as an habit, it really will help the teachers, because I feel so happy early morning. Even I do join all my teachers, and then we have a lot of fun. We really do some warm-ups. As soon as we complete the assembly, we do little warm-ups, and then we start with the music. Dance master, he will dance, and seeing him, we all will dance. Even the ayahs, they do this, and we feel so energized early morning. We really feel so energized. So if every school has this as a practice, it will really help the teachers. Teachers yourself cannot do it, right? So management or the schools should make it as a practice. So if it is not happening in the schools, you can do it yourself at your home, giving some time for yourself, right? So this 5 to 10 minutes will really help you to boost up your energy and, have a proper plan in place what next you have to do. So next is pre-class preparation. So this you should give some time, 15 to 20 minutes, to have a preparation for yourself. Now tell me, what should be the preparation? This 15 to 20 minutes, what is necessary for you to prepare on? Very nice, Shweta ma'am. In my school, after morning prayer and before the fruit, can you please tell me what is this fruit? You have any concept? Before the fruit, first period, acha. First, maybe it's first period, we are doing gratitude towards God and parents and teachers. It's a good practice, ma'am. It's really a good practice. Got it, ma'am. Okay. And see, I want you all to share what is the preparation. As a teacher, what is the preparation that you do to start your day in the school? See, you can feel free to share, because we all are, see, most of them are, in a learning stage. Every day we keep learning through some or the other person, right? So feel free to share your, like whatever you feel.
We used to go with them, take attendance.
One second, there's something went wrong with my.
Yeah, good evening, ma'am.
Yeah, Jasmine, ma'am, can you please say it again?
Yeah, we go to class, we wish them, and immediately we just interact with them. It's like, how was the day? And then after a short prayer, we used to take attendance. So that's our routine. We go and do that.
Okay. Okay. So here, one second. Yeah, here I had a question. Good, ma'am. Here I had a question. What kind of preparation do you do before getting into the classroom? For every teacher, this is very important, right? A simple joke sharing in the class, appreciating student for an assembly. Fine, this is good. And what kind of preparation we have to do as
Yeah,
teachers to have a
Ma'am,
good, yeah,
would
please.
think, like for example, should come with a mindset, sit down for 5-10 minutes, and then think that today I will not lose my cool. And you have to think of the ways of how to deliver what you have to teach.
Correct.
The way of delivering should be such that the child is able to understand, he does not get bored. And our main focus should be that our teaching should be so good that that the child does not need tuitions anywhere else.
Very good. Very good, Marina, ma'am. You tried to answer to my question. So my question was basically a teacher should, as you said, preparation. A child should not get bored. So for that, what you are going to do, you have to review your lesson plans, right? You have to review your lesson plans. You need to know what is the objective of your particular class. Now, when you're going into a class, you need to know the learning objectives of the class. And as soon as you go to the class teachers, make it a practice. Many of the schools, they have a practice of writing learning objectives on the left side of the board. So when you write the objective on the board, you're clear with what you want to achieve in that particular class. So ensure that you review your lesson plans thoroughly and you understand what are the learning objective that you have to extract or get it done by the end of the class. Set an agenda for teaching and delivering a fruitful session. Correct. So this is basically set an agenda, and this is you have already your lesson plan in place, right, ma'am? So you're going to review your lesson plan. Whatever you have written, you are going to understand it thoroughly so that you don't miss on what you have planned it. And then you have to be ready with your classroom material, what all you needed. And now, as Marina ma'am was saying, that the children should not get bored, and we have to, for that, you have to plan some technical setups as well. Light exercise, then briefing of previous topic, and I already know the weak students of that topic. Okay, fine. So basically, we'll understand what we have to tell, and as because we know, the class very well, which child is of which level, we prepare ourselves to address the student in which form, right? Good, ma'am. So this pre-class preparation, what I want to make it clear is before getting into the class, that 15 to 20 minutes, whenever you get time, early morning, if you don't get time early morning in the school, you have to prepare this at home. So you're going to review your lesson plans, you're planning your objectives, getting into the class, how to engage the students. All this plan should be properly done well in advance to ensure that your class is effectively done. Next point is student engagement moments. Again, I want to connect here, as Marina ma'am said, how to engage the students. They should not feel bored, right? They should feel happy when you get into their class. So you should include interactive elements. You should include, as I said just now, you should use all the teaching strategies, not at a time. Each day you should have different teaching strategies to see that the child is happily learning in the class. Now, post-class reflection. So after your class is done, many of them might not have this practice, but now let's make it as a practice. Like post class, after your class, you have to jot down what worked well. Yeah, I tried this today. It really went on very well. If you're happy, put it in a 2 page. You should have in one side what all went well. You should write what didn't go well. You should write in the other page. So what didn't go, you're going to again reflect on it. Oh, this is where I didn't do properly. Let me check so that next class I am not going to repeat what went wrong. Okay. So, and wherever you feel it's needed, tweaking for the next lesson can be done. Okay. So nice idea. Thanks, ma'am. So next, what we have, this will really help us. Now, initially, when I was a teacher, I used to do all this. I used to write positive points and then where all we went wrong so that we can correct on those. And positive, we can share with our teachers saying them, this is the area, you do like this, it will help you. So helping your peers also. And after school closure routine, this is the regular routine of you, right? We are talking about daily routine for teachers, right? So we have started from morning, then before class preparation, student, how to engage the student, post class reflection, we understood. Now after school closure, so now you're going home, now wrap up, you have to wrap up your task. So what do you do? What do you do? Quickly, we'll close all the things. हम लोग बैग में घुसा लेते हैं, भाग के घर चले जाते हैं, right? So take your 5 minutes there. It will help you. Listen, take your 5 minutes, organize your place where you're sitting, set everything, put it in the desk properly, ensure that it is ready for you to accept. Next day, you have to go and sit in the same place, right? Clean up your place, put all your books aside in a proper manner. And then now you have to write a to-do list. What am I supposed to do tomorrow early in the morning? Once again, you're going to refer your lesson plans for tomorrow's schedule. You're going to write, okay, corrections are pending, my homework tasks to be checked, and then I have to review my lesson plans. Or today's lesson plan, it didn't go well. So let me make some changes in my present lesson plan for tomorrow's task. 10 minutes, teacher. Trust me, this 10 minutes, when you do a wrap-up task for yourself, with having a to-do list with maximum 5 points or 3 to 4 points, it will really help you to gear up for the next day. Because in today's session, we are wanting to become a successful teacher. To become a successful teacher, we need to follow few strategies, right? So no doubt we are good. I prepare my board one day early after dispersal for children. Very good, ma'am. So this will help you. You're confident when the next day you come into the class, your board is already set. You have to only start. It all depends on how we plan, right? Thanks, ma'am, for your participation. And next slide, we'll move on to. So we'll move on to the next slide, sir. Yeah. These are the strategies for work-life balance. So we will quickly hear from all the audience who are here. Can you all, ma'am, anyone please start up reading one point.
Yes, ma'am.
May I, ma'am?
Sunita, ma'am, is it Sunita, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, please, ma'am, carry on.
Yeah, the first one is set boundaries between school and home.
Correct. So how many teachers are good at setting boundaries at school, at home? Many might be good. By now, I think many of them might have a proper idea on how to manage tasks, right? How many of you effectively do this? If you have really positive points here, I want to hear from you. Okay, no issues. So as teachers or as educators, always it happens that as we are overburdened, as we are given too many tasks, not always. Okay, at least sometimes. Good, Sunita, ma'am. My is reserved. Me time is reserved. Very good. So we should, as educators, as our work spills into our personal work. You agree? Sometimes it happens that in school we have some work left which gets pending, and sometimes unknowingly we disturb our personal time. I switch off and switch on. Okay. At times it's needed. Correct. So it's important to set clear boundaries for everyone. For instance, try not to check emails. Some people are very used to, very good at answering the parents even at 9 o'clock and 10 o'clock. Stop doing all these things. That is going to hamper your personal life. You should ensure that this emails and all, you have to put it, and even you have to make it very clear to the parents. After certain period, maybe after 5 or after 6 or certain period, you're not going to lift the phones, either answer the mails and all. They should be very clear so that they don't crib on things or they don't expect things from you, right? When you're clear. When you're not clear, they'll be troubling you. Parents will be troubling you. So you have to ensure you're going to set a proper time for your family and for your professional life. Second, prioritize task with to-do list. I maintain my radius of contact in professional and personal life precisely. Very good, ma'am. Very good. This is something very important. Every teacher should do this. And few are very good at, few get carried away. It's not they want purposely, they are not organized. It is sometimes we get carried away with the work, and sometimes we feel this is important. So here comes for us to understand what is urgent, what is important, what is not urgent, what is not important. All this we have to be smart in analyzing. And in this regard, I have something, prior to task to-do list. When you're making a to-do list, I made my scene message off. I always check whether it is urgent or not. Very good, Shweta ma'am. So for this, I have an matrix. I heard somewhere, and I'm really impressed of that. It is Eisenhower matrix. Okay, it is a to-do list. I'll just quickly summarize on this because I have something, the other important task. As a vice principal, I do teach my teachers to do the same in order to forge ahead. Very good, Tripto ma'am. Very good. It's important that we need to manage, and as well, we need to tell the same thing to students, right? So we all have long to-do list. Every teacher might be having a long to-do list, right? But not everything needs to be done immediately. So for this, we have a tool. So the tool, time management tool, and its name is Eisenhower matrix. I'll just put it in the chat box. I want you all to take this as homework. Second. It's spelled like this, Eisenhower matrix. So this is actually a technology, correct, ma'am? So this matrix is what this talks about time management. How do we, it's a tool, time management tool. How do we manage our time? Based on 4 Ds. It's basically based on 4 Ds. First D is do first. Second D, decide. Third D, delegate. Fourth D, dump. So these are the 4 Ds. In general, I'm telling you because I was not prepared for this. So these are, I want you all to do homework. It will really help you. Just browse on this and understand what is this time management tool. This is a good tool. And here, you have to list out all the tasks that you have. You have too many tasks, right? You will be writing all the tasks in a to-do list. And now you have to divide this task into these 4 columns. So first is to do first. So what will you do first? I'll just show you. I'll just share this also. This is something I want you all to. Once again. Yeah, you all can see this. So it is 4 Ds. First is do first. What you have to do first? Whatever in the list that you feel is urgent and important, that you have to ensure that you're doing it first. Second is decide. Say what you have to decide. That means you have to plan, which is not urgent but important. So it is not urgent, but it is important for you. You have to plan, and you have to do that, but not immediately at that moment, right? You can do it little later. So you can plan for it. That is a second D. Third one is delegate. So urgent, but not important. It is very urgent. Maybe you have to send a mail to someone, but then you don't have time. You have to do something very important. So you can ask your assistant teacher or somebody to send a mail so that you can delegate these kind of tasks, which you feel is very urgent, but it's not important. Fourth is dump. It's not urgent, either it's not important. Maybe in the to-do list you have written, I want to watch Big Boss or something else for your, little bit of time pass. So such things are not important, neither it's urgent, right? Such things you can minimize. You can either dump it, you need not do it, or you can minimize. Once you're done with all your tasks, you can give some time for your personal, such kind of, maybe in Insta, you want to search something related to school, or the teaching. So that is something we can do little later also, or it's not necessary, it's not very important for you, right? So now when you have this to-do list made, you have to ensure that you follow these 4Ds. This will help you. See, once you go and check this, browse it and check it, and if once you make it, no, weekly once when you do this, it really helps us. There are some people who do it. Even I do this. It really helps me to understand what is important, what is urgent. It really helps us. Okay. So next is I guess you got my point clear, right? So you can make a note of that matrix and then you can browse on it. So next, we have learned to say no when needed. And today's teacher, I think we all are smart enough in putting up a no in a very nice way. But there are few teachers who find it very difficult to say no when a task is given to them. Obviously, when you say no, management will never like. Neither the heads will like, nor the coordinators will like, right? So when you're really dumped up with too many things, you have to understand that even coordinators or principals or headmisters or whosoever, they are human beings. They do understand the pain of teachers. Not all are in the same boat, right? Unless until you tell them that this is the problem that I'm having, or these many tasks are piled up for me, they will not know. So in a nice way, you have to go and, yes, madam, even asking question is forbidden. Oh, is it? I really feel sad for such people. No, but then, see, you should try it out. You should open up. You should say, ma'am, these are the things that is pending in my list or in my plate. I have these many things to be done. So can I do this little later? Ask for permission, seek for permission. Directly, rather than saying direct big no, you can just tell that I'm done with it. You should practice this. You should learn this to say no, but not in a rude way. Nobody would accept when you talk in a rude or when you go in a team or when you go with a group. Nobody will like that. See, don't have a wrong assumption. Every time it doesn't happen. Every time, maybe at times they might be rude or they might not listen to you, but at least give a try. Just try and see whether it works out or not. Putting your problems or putting your situation in a nice way. Maybe it might work out. We never know. Every time it's not the same, right? It might work out at times. Yes, we can replace because see, as a head of the organ, as a headmistress of the school, I take a lot of care of my teachers. I feel teachers should be given that space. Only then they'll build the trust and they'll have a good bond with the organization. So we should, when they ask for extension of deadline, it's mandate that we should give that 1 or 2 days. It doesn't make much difference. If sometimes we say no, behavior get changed. I feel bad for you all, but it's let's be positive. I always say I tell my teachers, I always tell them, don't get into assumptions. Don't feel that they might feel this or don't. And sometimes if they are that also, you should not worry. You be positive. You always have a positive mindset and try to do from your end whatever justification you can do for the organization. And as well, put your words properly in front of them. They listen to you, dear. I'm just telling you, this happens. Wonder happens when you're having a positive mindset. Absolutely, ma'am. Yes. Okay, so I because I'm very particular in these. I'm very strict in few things, and then I give a lot of space. As I said, we start our day with dance. So is it how many schools can really give half an hour or 40 minutes? I mean, 25 to 30 minutes of dance for the teachers. It's difficult, but still, when we make this happens, teachers are energized. They feel happy. Okay, we are putting ourselves, at home we hardly have time. And sometimes when this time is given here, they really feel
You give
satisfied
time
and happy.
for dance daily, ma'am, to the teachers?
What, sir?
Do you give time for the teachers on daily basis for dance?
As because it's a half days now, sir, I ensure that every day they do this. In the evening, in the morning with the students in assembly, they do music and movement, wherein we play music, and that is actually not dance, it is exercise kind with nice songs. They do this exercise and they feel so fit. And when it is full day, I can't do this. Only on Saturdays, I do fast walk. Every Saturday, I give half an hour for them to do fast walk because our
Oh,
school doesn't have, we don't work on Saturdays. I mean, students don't come on Saturdays. So
okay.
teachers really feel happy. They really feel happy and they get engaged. And it's not easy for all the schools, I understand. We as administrators have to create that warm atmosphere. Correct, ma'am? Correct. Initially, because I had faced it as teachers, I had so many questions, I had so many concerns. Then when we got a chance of leading the organization, I ensured that teachers' happiness should be balanced. And it is possible, trust me, because even directors are there, management heads are there. For us, it's not easy. For us, everything is not easy. For us, we are questioned, we are accountable to many things. So that's the reason sometimes we sound harsh to teachers, but from heart, we really don't mean it. So that's what I'm trying to tell all the teachers. Let's be positive in from all the angles, and then try approaching the heads. They will surely help us. If not, if twice they reject, thrice at least they'll say yes, right? So in few regards, I'm not talking about dance and all, but in few regards, maybe there is some possibility, right? So wherein you have to say no or such things, you can try once. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. Okay. So next is use technology wisely. This is something again very important, teachers. To today's generation teachers, or for teaching today's generation kid, we need to update ourselves. Technically, we need to be very strong. If we are not very strong, no, our teaching, old method of teaching might not help the students to have an active, productive class. We should be good with technically also. And then stay connected with support system. So don't isolate yourself. Make time to talk to your colleagues, and don't get into unnecessary gossip. So when I tell you take time to talk to your colleagues. So teachers sometimes happens that they sit in the staff room and they tend to talk their heart out. Oh, this is this, this is that, and don't get into that. You'll be in trouble. Always be in the safer side. Don't get into gossips at all. And then talk to people when they are positive and they're giving some inputs, wherein some kind of a learning is happening. Engage in that group. Otherwise, you'll be away from the groups wherein you feel it's a negative vibe seen there. That would be my suggestion. Okay. So next slide, sir. So classroom management mastery. So this is something in these areas, having effective classroom is very important. We all know, right? So there are a few points that I have jotted down. I would want someone to read out so that, we'll have a quick discussion on it. How can we have an effective classroom? So here are a few points. Anyone willing to read out for me?
Ma'am, can I read?
Yes, Subhashini ma'am, please.
Know your learners, build trust through strong student-teacher relationships, understand their interests, strengths, and challenges. And second point,
foremost thing, ma'am. First and foremost thing, we should create a bond with the students. Here, learners are not here. Learner is nothing but the students, right? So you have to build and create a good bond with them so that you can so that children can create interest. And then we need to know their strengths and challenges. A good teacher always create this bond. And I've seen so many teachers, they just happen to get in, they finish their classes and they walk out. It's very sad. Such kind of atmosphere is very sad. I pity the students because they are so frustrated. Teachers are so frustrated. They get in, somehow they finish and they come out. They don't have proper eye contact with the students. They don't lend their ears to the students when they want to share something. So a teacher should always know the students. You should know what your class is, what the students are, what are their strengths, what are their weaknesses, what are the challenges of that class. All these are very, very important. Next, ma'am.
second one, set routines and stick to them.
Yes, this is clear, right? It is self-explanatory.
Consistency brings comfort. Define clear rules, transitions, and expectations for daily activities.
So as class teachers, we all do this, right? We'll set a rule chart first itself, including students, we'll do this, and then we'll ensure that what they have to do, what they shouldn't do, all these rules and expectations, we make it clear to them in the beginning of the year so that children understand how they have to behave. Next.
Design an effective learning space. Arrange the classroom to minimize distractions and maximize interaction and engagement.
Design an effective learning place. Here, ma'am, physical environment plays a silent but powerful role. So, seating arrangements are very, very important. Sometimes children are not happy where they have been seated. So, you have to ensure the comfort zone is created among the children so that they feel comfortable, because children stay in school for 8 hours to 9 hours somewhere, right? So, but so much of time they're spending in the school, if they're not comfortable, it becomes difficult for them to align with what teachers are teaching. They get disturbed, they get distracted. So that such things shouldn't happen. We need to balance those areas. Next.
Fourth one, be proactive, not reactive. Anticipate disruptions, use strategies like proximity, redirection, and positive framing to guide behavior.
Correct. So a teacher should always be proactive. Sometimes we react fast, right? When we are teaching in a class, somebody creating some kind of a disturbance, what we do, we stop the class and we start shouting, I know you are this. You always are disturbing the last bencher, this, that. Sometimes teachers, not all, but sometimes few teachers tend to do this. So you need not react, ma'am. In such cases, see, when you're teaching, your lesson should not be disturbed, right? So you have to balance your teaching without getting that disturbed. You can use your body language. You can use your, visual signs, like raising your eyebrows, or, going closer to them, putting your hand on them, getting them out of the seat, and then ensuring them, that they are not disturbing your class. And simultaneously you're teaching. Because always what happens when some kind of disturbance happen in a class, immediately what a teacher does is they react. So teachers should be proactive. Don't react for all small things. Like proximity is what? Getting closer to them, being nearer to them, giving the space to understand, no, things are not. Because you're not telling them you're doing wrong, I'm okay, I'm accepting. No, not at all. Your body language, your eyes should speak that you're very annoyed in this aspect. And that's the reason you pulled him out from the bench. And only he or she is understanding. The others are, engrossing your teaching. And that's how you're going to pull the child out. And then again, you're continuing with the lesson. So there is no disturbance in the class, and you're proactively teaching your class rather than rather than unnecessarily reacting on small issues, right? Okay, next slide, sir. Yes, ma'am. Continue.
Yes. Fifth one, master non-verbal management. Use silent cues, eye contact, handle, and body language to maintain control without breaking the lesson.
Okay, ma'am. Actually, here I got someone saying, Manjit Kaur ma'am was saying they don't understand body language. Ma'am, आप जब गुस्से करके ऐसे खड़े होके गुस्से से देखते हो बच्चों को, they do understand, right? Ma'am को गुस्सा आ गया, right? So they do understand. Kids of kindergarten also understand. When you're happy, you're making a smile, you're putting a smiling face, and then you're clapping. It means that they're understanding ma'am is happy, right? And when you're angry, you're not happy, you're just silent, you're not talking to them, and you're showing their face, you're showing your face, in a disturbed mode, showing them that you're not accepting what they're doing. Children do understand. So small thing, like, based on their age levels, what they can understand, we have to. Sometimes what happen, sometimes teachers, they have a lethargic way of getting into a class. They drag themselves holding files, books and all. They go and lean to the wall. They just lean to the benches because they're tired by then. But such things should be taken care of. I understand it's, a teacher working quite without any substitution. With substitution, if a teacher is working continuously, they go mad, and by the end of the day, they are like exhausted. But though you're exhausted, you cannot have a lethargic body language in the class, because children are watching you. They understand everything. And my body language, in the sense, when this is come, we don't have to speak. We can just show the fingers and we can tell them come. They understand. And making the eyes big, saying that I'm surprised you did so well. Or, raising your eyebrows, saying that how could you do this? So all these things also will be understood by even the smaller children, ma'am. We should just try it out. Okay. So master non-verbal management. Here, use signs, eye contact, hand gestures, body language to maintain control without breaking the lesson flow. As I said in the previous sentence, that, without, the flow should not be disrupted. The flow should carry on, and then you should maintain this by showing this kind of sign languages. Okay. So model what you expect. Demonstrate respect, punctuality, attentiveness, and positive attitude. Students will follow your lead. So as a leader, as a teacher, you're a leader for your students, right? So whatever you do, students watch you. And even the kindergarten students, they go home and they even do the role play of the teacher. The bigger ones, they take us for granted and they demonstrate different other things to the parents. But you should ensure as a teacher that you are punctual to your class, you are attentive, you are not just randomly attending. Some teachers do this. I'm not pointing out on others. Some teachers tend to take out their phones, check the phones, going to the corner, sometimes making calls. And normally now it doesn't happen in 90% of the school. But that 10%, they still do this. That is a very bad practice. Or, coming late, slowly after the bell rings, they're coming so late to the classes and then slowly they're starting. These kind of things, what children will see it as teacher is not interested. When a child feels the teacher is not interested, again gives a, yes, thank you, sir. It gives a wrong impression. So sharing the ownership empowers students by involving them in rule setting and giving them classroom responsibility. As I said in the initial that we have to set certain rules to ensure that they are following what all has to be done in the initial year beginning itself. So next slide, sir. Yes, this is something really important, teachers self-evaluation framework. So self-evaluation framework is very, very, very important for every teacher. Yes, ma'am. So why should we evaluate ourselves? So because whenever we are not perfect every time, right? There might be few laps here and there. To fill the learning gaps, maybe we have some gaps. We are not good at few things. We are not good at maybe we are good at few and we are not good at some other things, right? So we need to understand where we lack, and then we have to keep correcting ourselves or keep learning in the process in the areas where we actually lack. For that, self-evaluation is very, very important, and you have to do this weekly once at least. In which areas you have to evaluate yourself, we'll quickly go through the slides and we'll understand, okay? There are 9 areas wherein I want you all to self-evaluate yourself. The first area is, so the next slide. So this is communication skill. A teacher should question yourself. This is a self-explanatory slide. You have to read this, like one by one, I'll be asking you to read this. And these are the questions. If possible, I want you to take a pic of the slide. It will help you. So these are the area wherein a teacher have to check whether am I doing this correctly, or do I need any kind of a support, or should I go for any kind of a training? So you have to check on yourself what you are doing in the respective classes. So those 9 areas, first is communication skill. Can someone read out for me?
Yes. Yes, ma'am. Am I able to exchange thoughts and ideas confidently?
Yeah, you can read out, ma'am. This is all self-explanatory. So every teacher should question yourself. Am I able to exchange thoughts and ideas confidently? Next.
Am I able to establish a connect by way of communication with the students?
Yes, next.
Do I know the concept of body language?
Yes, a teacher should know what the body language actually means. So you can little browse on this and you'll understand what it actually means. Next.
Am I able to apply innovative experiments and the latest trends in LSRW?
Yes, next.
Listening, speaking, reading, and writing. Am I able to conduct various activities related to communication skills? Do I adopt the latest trends in written communication in the classroom? Can I create resources that motivate students for improving their communication skills?
Ma'am, these are the questions that we all should put to ourselves. So when you question yourself, you feel, am I able to exchange thoughts and ideas confidently? If you feel yes, very good, you're doing a good job. If you feel, no, I'm lagging in this, now you have to work on these areas. You have to check each question thoroughly, and then you have to apply what strategy is needed for that area where you're weak at. Okay, so what is the first area that you have to look into for self evaluation? That is communication skills. Under communication skills, you have to question yourself what you're good at, what you're not good at. And what you're not good at, you have to start working towards the area where you are weak at. You have to fill the learning gaps there. Okay, next slide, sir. So next slide. Sir, slide 2. Slide 2 is subject competency. This is the most important as an educator. As an educator, you should be thorough with your subject, right? So how do you have to question yourself? Someone else can read this out. Every can do silent reading so that you'll understand what you're good at, what you're not good at. Where all the areas you're not good at, make a note and try working on those areas.
Subject competency. Do I have a true understanding of the subject?
Yes.
Am I aware of the learning objectives and learning outcomes of the subject? Do I know the latest developments in the subjects? Do I have clear pedagogical plans for content analysis? Can I apply everyday experiences, innovative experiments, and latest developments in the subject? Do I create resources using student-centric approach?
Correct. So as a subject teacher, you should obviously be good with your subject. So you have to question yourself, do I have a thorough understanding of your own subject, the subject that you're dealing? And all these questions will help you to self-analyze where you're good at, where you're lacking. So the area where you're not good at, with the area where you need a support, you have to do research. You have to do some kind of a work and ensure that you are pro in your own subject, which will help the students, right? Okay, next slide, sir. So first one was communication skills. Second one was subject competency. These things are main headings that I want you all to remember. The third is somebody else. Okay, let me read out this third one for you all. Professional development measures. Do I contribute to the exploration of new avenues to build up the skills? That means new path. Am I able to contribute to the new path to develop my skills? You have to question yourself. Am I open to innovations in teaching methodologies? So you might not be knowing many methodologies. You have to work on different methodologies. How is it possible? So these kind of sessions will help us to learn so many things, right? We continuously, you have to be a part of the sessions on a regular basis to learn different things. So that's how you'll be professionally being developed. Do I learn from peers? That should be done regularly by class observation and interaction. It's a good idea. Get into the other fellow friends class and learn things from them. Obviously, if they permit you. Do I read books related to new pedagogical approaches? Do I regularly participate in the in-house training sessions? Do I explore innovative strategies for self-improvement? Am I honest to myself and SWOT? SWOT means strength, weakness, opportunities, and threats. So you should know what are your strengths, what are your weaknesses, and you have to start working on those areas. You should be honest. You can't just tell that these are my strengths, these are my weakness. And if you really find your weakness, you have to start working on those weaknesses. So if you question yourself, the areas where you need support, you can work on it. And next slide, sir. So stakeholders satisfaction. Who are stakeholders? People who are connected to schools directly or indirectly. So parents, teachers, students, staff administration staff, community, all the community members, all these people are stakeholders. So do I know about the needs of all the stakeholders? You should question yourself. What they need, what the stakeholders need, what the parents need from you, what administration staff needs from you. Are you able to justify everyone? Should be your question. Do I know what the rights of management, parents, staff, and students? Do I know about the importance of keeping stakeholders engaged? Do I take them into confidence? So taking for a teacher, your main interaction would be the parent and your management. So you should be in good books. So you should always be in good books for the parents, right? As well as the management. So you have to question yourself, am I justifying my role in such a way that wherein all the parents are happy with me, even my management is happy with me? Being good and getting your task done is something very important for you, right? So if there is any corrections, you have to work on it. Okay. Next slide, sir. Research competency. Again, teachers, for us, like all this session that we are doing, we are getting into all the webinars and trying to understand why, because we are doing research on different things. We want to learn different things, right? Today in this session, we have 34 members. So why? Because we want to learn. People are interested to understand. Maybe in each webinar, you might get 5 or 6 important points, which you'll jot it down. And if you're regularly attending the sessions, you will get so many ideas from so many topics, right? So research competency is something for a teacher. It's very, very important. So you have to continuously research in different areas in your subject, in other teaching fields or other strategies that you want to use. So research, let me read out these points for you. Do I try to understand the importance of research work in teaching profession? First question, you have to put it to yourself. Am I able to identify areas for research in each subject? Do I have knowledge and access to resource material required for the research? Do I maintain a broad-minded and adaptable approach to explore new ideas? Do I encourage students to research on topics which form a part of their syllabus for comprehensive understanding? So these are the questions that you will pose to yourself and see, and you have to upgrade yourself. You have to ensure that you are doing research in different aspects wherein you are learning different things in regards to your field, in your profession, what is needed for you. You have to do research and get updated so that you are benefiting the organization. So next slide, sir. It is digital competency. As I said, as we discussed in today's world, for today's generation students, we should be thorough with digital tools or areas where technically we have to involve. So do I have digital competency, at least a basic level, Word, Excel, all this, at least I'm aware of all this. Do I keep abreast with the latest development in the field of education technology? Do I have a working knowledge of MS Word, MS Excel, PowerPoint, etc. that will ease work? Do I use the internet for content development and research? Do I use interesting activities, resources like PowerPoint, etc. for the students? So if you are good, if you get an answer, yes, I'm good at this, I'm good, you're the super teacher. You need not worry. If you, in your question, when you're questioning yourself, if you feel, oh, I'm not good at this, jot it down, make a note and start working on it. Okay, I'm not good at Excel, let me learn. I'm not good at PowerPoint presentation, let me learn. Okay, so this is also a very important evaluation task that a teacher should do on weekly basis at least. Next slide. Pedagogical competency. This is teaching ability. So do I know about the purpose, philosophy, attitude, and style of pedagogical competency, that is teaching ability required for my students? Am I having the enough stuff? Am I good with my teaching? Wherein what a student needs? First question. Am I able to deliver and maintain the quality of teaching? Do I have sound or latest knowledge within the subject? Do I have knowledge of research-based teaching? Am I able to work under set rules and regulation with the aim of achieving targets and improving results? Do I design relevant and real-world activities so that the students cannot with them? So again, if you're good, I'm so happy for you all because you have come a long way. If not, again, you have to start building yourself in these areas. And the next slide. Conduct in classroom. This is very important because your behavior matters a lot, right? Conduct is behavior in classroom. Do I accept each child's unique self? Do I make every child feel a sense of belonging? Do I have trust in my students' ability? Do I let them know I care for them? Do I make children feel that all of them have something to contribute in the classroom? Do my students share their problem with me? Do I help them to have acceptance towards one another despite differences? Do I help the group to maintain a code of behavior and conduct in the classroom? Do I help children to love to learn? Is it possible to answer so many questions? It should make you possible. If you do this, you are the best teacher. I'm saying it, right? Again, maybe you're good at analyzing the child's abilities. Maybe you're good at helping the child to love to learn. Maybe you're good at few things. The areas where you're not good at, only those areas you have to work on. And next slide. So, next slide. So, ethical standard. Most important, a teacher should have ethics. Only then you can be a good leader for the class. Do I treat every child without prejudice or bias? Do I respect a student's or a group of students' trust? Do I pay attention to the views of parents? Do I support school policy once they have been determined? Am I kind, tolerant, and loyal in my dealings with professional associates? Do I take pride in my associates' achievements? Am I proud of my work? If you are proud of your work, no doubt you're a very good teacher. If somewhere again you have a flaws, you have to work on it. Ethical standards guide us when no one is watching. They shape trust between students, parents, and colleagues. So we should maintain that ethics. It's very, very important. And see, now whatever I have said, these are the 9 points that I have delivered. Teachers, these are something which will really build you up. If you're regularly doing it, weekly, you cannot do this. Ensure that on a monthly basis, sit with your checklist. Have the 9 points jotted down. How good am I with my subject competency? And how with communication? These are the 9 things that should revolve around you. You should always check yourself. If you're doing every month, you have to check, yes, I have done this, I have learned this, I've improved on this. And this should, it's not one time. It's not one-time assessment. It should be a continuous assessment. Okay. So next slide, sir. Yes, I'm to the last slide. Don't quit. Do it. A teacher's routine isn't just about managing time. It's about shaping lives. When we bring purpose to our day, we bring power to our teachers. Teachers, you all can do it. You don't just teach, right? You inspire, you uplift, you transform. So every child is equally important for you. In every child's success, there is a trace of your care, right? So I wish all the teachers, all the educators, all the best for your future. Groom yourself well. Be called as the best teacher. Be a successful person in your life. Thank you, sir. I'm done with the session.
Yes. Thank you so much, ma'am. It was indeed a wonderful session. We would like to hear from the participants as in how they felt about the session. So we would really like to appreciate if someone can come forward and give your valuable feedback about the session.
So can I speak?
Yes, please. Kindly introduce yourself, ma'am, and then you can.
Yes, sir. Good evening, everyone. I'm Divya Joseph. I'm working in Sri Mookambika Public School. So I felt this session was very helpful, sir, because most of the thing what we neglect in the class as a teacher, it has been told now by ma'am. Like we can improvise ourselves as well as we can improvise our students and make them learn better in the class. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am, for the wonderful session.
Thank you. Thank you so much, ma'am. Anyone else who would like to give your feedback to the resource person?
Organizing such a session, training session for the teachers. And secondly, though I joined late, yet I heard what ma'am was explaining, and that was actually wonderful how we as a teacher can bring change in the students and how we can do justice by remaining calm and composed instead of labeling and being biased or prejudiced toward the children.
Great. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. So, dear participants, those who wish to stay informed about these wonderful webinars which are being organized by SNTTC, I am sharing the webinar group link in the chat, in the group chat. You can all join our webinar WhatsApp group using this link so that you will stay, like informed about these sessions which we are conducting on daily basis. So this is about the information that you people need as to stay informed about it. And one more thing is that the people who wish to take a certificate for this particular session need to pay rupees 50 towards this number 9908925730. I have written it in the chat 9908925730. So you have to pay rupees 50 either through GPay, PhonePe or Paytm to this particular number, and you have to send a screenshot of the payment to the same number through WhatsApp along with the complete name that you want on your certificate. The certificate will be generated within 24 hours and it will be sent to you back through WhatsApp indeed. So this is all about certification and stuff. And Lakshmi ma'am, I request you to give a bit about the insight about our Train the Trainer course. So if anyone is interested, they can approach us.
Yes, sir. Train the Trainer course is really a wonderful course which we came across very lately. I felt that maybe we could have heard about it little earlier, but by the time we heard about it, it was like, we felt somewhere we missed out many things. But at least, we got to understand there's some kind of this course wherein we'll be trained on how to train the teachers. In this training session, there are different topics that sir takes up. He tries to deliver all the topics in a nice you don't feel like we are in a training session. It's like a friendly session wherein sir tries to talk to us. His basic motto is, without us knowing, he'll try to pull out things from us. So we'll be somewhat stressed and tensed what sir is going to tell, what sir is going to question us, and he'll be in such a nice, playful mode, and he'll be asking us some questions which are relevant to his topics. And somehow he tries to pull this out from us. And lately we understood, this is what sir is trying to ensure that we build our confidence in ourselves. And this is really the best training course. I would suggest all of most of the educators to please join. And if you're not joined, do join. This will benefit you in the long run. You'll really build up your confidence. And then when you're into other trainings, when you train yourself, you feel so good because you're learning. When you're training, you're basically learning, right? You're learning yourself so many things. And then getting into the other training sessions also, you're learning so many things. So this is really going to benefit you. Trust me. I'm enjoying being in Ravi sir's sessions. I'm so happy being as a participant and also as a member of this group. So I would suggest you all please avail this benefit. It is really going to help you all. Thank you, Ravi sir. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you, Lakshmi ma'am. So dear participants, that's all for today. We will all meet in the upcoming session, that is tomorrow. Thank you, one and all. Wish to see you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, everyone.
Again. Yes.
Bye, sir.
Yes, there are charges, Neeta ma'am. It's 50 rupees, 50 rupees.
Yes.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, sir. Bye.